Hey everyone, it's Joe from Gadgetry Tech, and today's video is a little bit different. I'm actually doing a teaser where I talk about a future show called AXPONA. So if you're new to the channel, one, thank you for stopping by. It's great to have you here, and for those who are familiar with my content and my channel, this is a little bit different from the coverage I normally do, but I intend to continue growing the channel. It's been doing great this year, and can't thank you all enough for that. So what is AXPONA? Well, it's the largest high-end two-channel audio systems gathering in North America. It is absolutely massive. It's in Chicago, and it's happening next week, April 14th through the 16th, which is Friday to Sunday, basically all day and night, because even as the event wraps up in the evening, there's some stuff going on after that. Now, you can buy tickets in advance. I strongly suggest it because you do save money. Even if you buy the tickets the day before, you're seeing some of the pricing examples online. You can go for one day, all three, whatever it may be. And if for any reason you forget or you're late in buying, you can still buy them at the event. Now, there's approximately 200 or so listening rooms there, so expect to see a lot of high-end brands, most likely a lot of equipment and gear you may never have seen, heard of, or heard before. The people that are going, which I think is expected to be in the 9,000 to 10,000 region, are a mix of audio enthusiasts like myself. You're going to see audio brands and manufacturers, distributors, system integrators, etc. So there's a lot of cool, passionate people about this industry. So whatever your intentions are on going, you're going to meet some amazing people and see some amazing products. Now, I made this video to help folks kind of like me, someone who's really into audio but hasn't gone to AXPONA before. Later in this video, I actually interviewed the director via a Teams call. So thank you to Liz Smith for providing me her time. But I asked her some questions that I thought would help the community and also myself in understanding, I guess, for preparedness, know what to expect, what to look forward to, etc. So most of this video will be of that, but I wanted to get some basics out of the way. Now, I will have links in the description below to AXPONA's website so you can help find registration info, see the massive exhibitor list, because seriously, there are so many brands. I tried coming up with a list, but I'm like, how do you pick from so many incredible brands? I can tell you that Alta Audio is going to be there. They make this wonderful speaker called the Atom. I'm assuming the Atom will be there. Maybe we'll see some of their higher end stuff there as well. Pangea Audio will be there. They make the Vulcan rack, the Vincent audio equipment that you see, like this integrated amp and the phono preamp. PS Audio is going to be there, which makes that Stellar Strata and also has a new speaker. There's just such a large collection of high-end brands. Maybe I'll flash some text of brands on the screen. But there's a lot to look forward to and a lot of first-time experiences for these brands, because even if you have a high-end home theater place nearby, a lot of these speaker systems don't go into stores. They're direct to consumer or direct to system integrator. And unless you know someone who has it, you'll probably never see or hear it. So putting this all in one roof, all in one spot, same time, is a massive advantage. Not only from, even if you're not in the market, if you're just trying to, I guess, be like me and be like the kid in the candy store and you just want to see and hear some of the coolest, most elaborate, exotic stuff, this is a place to do it. Now, also in the description below, I will have a link to my Discord server. I did create a channel or a chat thread, if you will, specifically for AXPONA. So if anyone's planning on going and you had some questions for others, obviously in the very beginning of this video, it'll be a small group, but feel free to use it for establishing meetups, sharing your experience, posting some pictures, etc., in case you want to communicate with some others that are also in the channel interested in going or attending as well. So like I said, I will be attending this year. If you go, shoot me a message in Discord or comment in this video. I'll try to, possibly establish some time frame where I can meet some of the viewers. I'd love to see some of you there. With that being said, I will have an assistant there to help me making content. So whether I'm posting during the event or shortly after, I have a lot of big experiences I'm excited to share with you all. So hopefully you found this video helpful. Shoot some comments. Let me know what you think or if you're going to be there. With that being said, here's the video of the interview I had with Liz Smith where I asked some questions, and hopefully it helped answer some of yours as well. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.
Awesome. Okay, so just in case for the viewers, do you want to do like a 30-second explanation or however long to kind of explain who you are, what you do for AXPONA, that type of thing?
Okay. Okay, so I'm Liz Smith. I'm the event director for AXPONA. So I'm responsible for basically making the event happen along with the team. Primarily, I work on our attendee marketing, all of our special events, so the seminars, all of our concerts, like any special features that we do for the show. And I also work really closely with our sales director, and he's responsible for bringing on board all of the exhibitors. So I'm also like playing to all of that strategy as well. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, I'm excited to go. It's my first time going to AXPONA. I've been asked a couple times in the past, and just schedule-wise and travel and COVID and all these things kept coming up where it didn't really make sense to go. So as also a first-time viewer or a visitor, what advice would you give to people who are attending AXPONA for the first time? Things to look for or expect.
I mean, I think like the thing to like prepare, I have actually kind of like twisted a little bit, is to kind of like have a plan, because the show has gotten so large, and we're in like a really, really large building where there's essentially like a convention center side, and then we're also in the hotel. So it's really good to like take a look at the signage, or when you get through the event guide, or even like the website in advance, and really kind of figure out what you want to see, like what you're most excited about, and then like kind of start always on like one end of the building or the other, if that makes sense. But I mean, really, it's, there's just so much to see, and there's just music everywhere, and kind of like the show goes on for 3 days, but also like kind of like into the hours, so you can just kind of spend 3 days having a great time.
Cool. Yeah, I saw. Is it over 190 listening rooms? Is that correct? Or
We're
some
actually up to 200. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
so
you
just
can't fit that in 3 days. So
I've had people tell me that they've hit like, well, actually, I think it was in like 2019 when we had maybe like, I think we had like around 190 that year. I had people tell me that they hit every single room in one day, which is insane.
yeah,
Because you really have to be like, yeah, like moving along and everything. And then they go back and then spend the other 2 days really like going back to their favorites and kind of deciding like where they want to sit and listen. But most people say it takes like the whole weekend.
yeah. No, that makes sense. It's kind of like, see what stands out to you, see what you can visually, and if you hear a couple demos and it blows you away, you can come back and learn more about that product, either by listening more or by talking to the reps there.
Yeah, exactly.
And then are there any like must-sees that you think people should see while they're there, whether it's something local to AXPONA or at AXPONA itself, like an event or an area that seems to always be a popular spot?
I mean, so many areas are so popular. I mean, I think the record fair in the expo hall is really very popular, because we have we have some smaller vendors, but we have kind of like 4 major vendors who just set up huge booths where you can just sift through records and shop. So that's kind of like a really popular area. um you know it's like it's funny. It's like when you're walking down the hallways, sometimes it's like you just kind of get drawn into a room. And so it's kind of hard for me to say like a must-see area, because you kind of don't always know what's going to be like the most exciting thing. Like you can just like you literally get drawn into a room. Like I'll walk down a hallway and be like, wait a minute, like what did I just hear? And like turn around and go right back
That's cool.
and take a seat. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think there's necessarily any wrong way to answer that question.
No.
It's kind of like I ask from a sense of, it's new to me as well. It's probably new to a lot of viewers of this video. So it's kind of one of those things where hearing from you and what to look for. It sounds like it's fairly organic. And as you just take in the event, you kind of get drawn into certain things, and your experience will be unique to you.
Yeah, exactly. Like a lot of people, kind of like I was saying before, if you have a plan for what you want to do, like you can start on like say like the convention center side, where there's a lot of like those really, really big rooms, which a lot of people get excited about, because like a big room means they can set up, like our exhibitors can set up a big system. So I mean, I think the big systems definitely are a can't miss, like, but other areas, like, I'm always trying to be diplomatic, but like you just kind of like can start there if you want. And yeah, you just get drawn in, and yeah, you just never know what you're going to find.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's exciting. Now I see that one of the attractions there, if you will, it says the Ear Gear Seminar. Can you kind of explain what that is?
The ear gear experience. Is
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
I may not have copied it directly
Okay.
off the
Yeah.
site correctly or however I referenced
Okay.
it,
No,
but
yeah, 'cause I didn't think we had an ear gear. So like, I don't think I had a headphone seminars here. So the ear gear experience, that's our exhibit area that's specifically for personal audio. So there are multiple brands in there that set up booths that are just for headphones. So it's headphones, cables, some personal audio players, but it's kind of all DACs, but it's pretty much all devoted to personal audio.
awesome. Yeah, I'm naturally with the channel, I cover a lot of headphones as well. I know I'll be saying hello to Zach at ZMF there, and there's a
Yeah,
couple locals
yeah,
and
they
stuff.
will be there. I'm like just trying to like remember a couple of the companies, but yeah, ZMF is there. Odyssey is there. Moon Audio is there. They,
Cool.
they bring a lot of different brands. Sennheiser. So yeah, a lot of favorites,
Be a lot of
and
fun.
also a few dealers that kind of bring in different things that you might not have heard of.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that'd be great. Um, okay, so I have to ask a personal or a question more related to what I'd be looking for. At the record area where they sell, I saw some pictures and videos online of how vast the record selection is.
Mhm.
Are they also selling things like cartridges or accessories like record clamps? Are people looking at other things as well there?
Yeah, I mean, there's cartridges, there's turntables in the expo hall. There's more cables. There's like, um, record cleaning systems. There's also a couple companies that have acoustics. So again, kind of like acoustic panels. So if you're like looking for that, but
Yeah,
yeah, a lot of the
yeah.
accessories.
The ones behind
Yeah.
me, I have GIKs behind me.
Oh yeah, yep. They've
So I actually
exhibited
have
many.
Alta audio speakers right there.
Oh, nice.
So I'm looking forward to it. There's a few brands I've worked with in the past, a few people I'm excited to meet. And I think, one of the exciting things about AXPONA is not just seeing the gear and hearing it, because where else are you going to hear
Right.
200 plus rooms of equipment, but getting a firsthand experience or discussion with the people from that brand to kind of understand, what their brand's about, what are their philosophies and beliefs on audio, what does their product do, differently or special. And a lot of those things you can't really get on the internet, in addition to the sound, of course. So there's just so
Right.
much to take in.
Yeah,
Um,
there's a lot of the designers like themselves, like and engineers come to the show. Like whether it's like a smaller company where the person who's running the room is the one who's, building and designing things, or other times, I think especially with some of like the European manufacturers, it's like they're coming in and partnering and they're maybe like flying in, someone, which is really cool. Yeah, and it's a great opportunity to ask questions. We have a panel too with some loudspeaker designers, which is going to
I
be really
saw
cool.
that
Yeah.
that was posted. There was quite a few people. I'd say it's over a dozen people listed on there
Yeah.
for some of the talks and stuff, which is cool.
Yeah.
For those watching this video on my channel, I think not to sell it on behalf of Liz or anything, but I know a lot of people are on my channel because you're into audio and learning about audio. And these are one of those experiences where you can only demo or learn so much in a store, which admittedly is very limiting on setup because it's sharing the room with other speakers. It's not a proper room. So if you're in the area or you want to take a trip out to see something super unique, everything that I've researched on AXPONA looks like a kid in the candy store type place. So even if you're not in the market to purchase, $100,000 plus pair of speakers, if you have the time and want to experience something pretty unique, it happens once a year. I think for things like this, it's such a different experience than what you typically get elsewhere. Can Jam is to headphones as to
Mhm.
what AXPONA is to 2-channel.
Right.
And I've seen it growing. I think COVID actually helped in a sense the industry because a lot more people stay at home and they're trying to bring that concert experience to the house. What kind of growth have you seen, let's say, over the past 4 or 5 years, or have you noticed a market shift in the types of people coming in, or what have you been seeing?
I mean, the show itself has grown quite a bit since we started running it. So like the company I work for, we started running the show in 2014. So the first show that we had, sorry, I'm like trying to remember. I think we maybe had like 60 rooms, something
Wow.
like that. And I couldn't even like tell you off the top of my head how many attendees. And like this year, like we already said, we kind of have like 200 rooms, which just kind of shows like, the opportunity for the exhibitors. And on the attendee side, I mean, attendance is tracking ahead, and like last year we had, I think we announced like 7,500. I mean, this year will probably be over 9,000, if not close to 10,000 people
For
in the
registration.
end for registration, which
Yeah.
is amazing. And I think, and the other thing that kind of happens is like over what I've actually seen over the last couple of years is a lot more like diversity in our audience. Like it's really cool when you see like a family coming to experience the show for a weekend, or like maybe it's like a married couple, like they're coming for the weekend. I've actually seen like a lot more women coming, a lot of like younger people coming. Um, I'm kind of like I talked about like myself before, like I'm like a marketer, by trade in a lot of ways. So like seeing those demographics shift and kind of seeing younger people getting excited about the show is really cool, because that just means that this hobby is expanding, that there's a future for the industry, and more people are experiencing their show, like their music in a better way. So
Yeah, it's funny you say that because, and one of the interesting shifts I've seen is, I go into, retail shops and record stores, the local Best Buy, et cetera, and I've actually seen a lot more younger girls shopping for records in particular. That seems to be like an exploding market. And I worked at Magnolia years ago.
oh, okay, cool.
Magnolia Pro, I don't know, 15 years ago or so. Totally different demographic then. It was all older guys, and that's it.
Yeah.
And now you see younger guys getting into it, younger women getting into it, and then on the analog side, there seems to be a huge boom because people are looking for more of a connection to the music. And that's why I ask about things like a record clamp. It's like,
Yeah.
not everyone needs a record clamp, but it's just an extra step. You put the record
Mhm.
on the turntable and you don't just put the cartridge down, you have that one extra step, and it just seems like a more of an experience for listening to music. And so yeah, I'm excited. I think for anyone watching this, if you're even on the fence or in the area, definitely check it out. And I know, depending on your schedule, there are different passes you can purchase. So Liz, if you want to explain, I guess there's a single day versus multi-day, and then there's a gold ticket, I believe. Gold.
Yes. So we've got single day, which are good for any of the days of the show, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, a 2-day pass and a 3-day pass. I will say tickets are cheaper in advance. So if you think
Yeah,
you're going to go, even buy them the day before, and you save a little bit of money. We do have a gold pass. It's actually sold out right now, but that's like our kind of like premium pass. It includes a t-shirt, it includes like access to our gold lounge.
yeah,
That way you have a place to go if you want to break from checking out the show. Kind of includes a few bonuses like that, but it's
that's super
popular,
cool.
so it's sold out.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I saw that I also get some access to more like advanced seating for the concerts and live
Yeah.
performance night as well. So some extra
Yeah.
special treatment. So if someone is purchasing a ticket in advance, let's say they watch this and they purchase it a week from now,
Mhm.
are they committing to a particular day if they bought a one-day ticket, or is it just so people can
Uh,
buy? Just say, I know I'm going sometime that weekend. I want to save some money. Okay,
yep.
cool.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's good for any day.
and when they show up to the event, if they didn't pre-register, they could still likely buy a ticket. It's just
Mhm.
going to cost a little bit more than if they
Yeah.
were to do it now.
Yeah. It just costs a little bit more, but I still say,
In case your
plan
day
ahead.
opens up.
Yeah.
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 Cool. I'm trying to make sure. Oh, actually, this was something really cool. So my day job outside of audio, I do cybersecurity. I work at home, so that's why I'm really lucky with sound, because I get to listen to music all day while I
Mhm.
work. And I notice you have a scam section listed on your site, which is amazing because a lot of websites don't give their visitors or customers an opportunity to deconflict a potential scam link or email or things like that. So one, thanks to be in my industry and see that. I'm like, man, that helps people. Hopefully, if they know to check, maybe they won't get taken advantage of. So even if you save a few
Yeah.
extra people, it's awesome. If someone gets an email that they think is something AXPONA related, but it looks suspicious, is there an email on the website that you'd suggest that they check out, or just to visit the site or call? Or
You can definitely visit the website. It lists, pretty much it kind of lists some companies, kind of says like what to look for, which, everyone who works for Expona, like we work for JD Events, so we all have JD Events emails. So anything official comes from us. We do have a few official partners. Um, but the best thing to do is like check that page. If you're in any doubt, you can email me directly. It's liz@jdevents.com. There's also a privacy email address, but honestly, it just goes to me. So,
you put your name
where
out.
we're
Okay.
yeah. So, feel like, so I think the best thing is to ask, especially if it's, like there's just a lot of fishy stuff going on with like
Oh yeah,
hotel reservation links and people selling email lists and
action.
yeah. So,
Okay,
thank you for
cool.
noticing her.
Well, yeah, I'll be so for those watching the video, I'll have links to that page in the description below to help you find it, so you're not unsure where to go. I think, I mean, that covers my bullet point type questions. The
Okay.
important stuff I wanted to get out. I think, it's exciting to see where the industry is going. I'm seeing a lot more interest and more buzz about shows like this because people are looking for more than a retail store experience. So, man, is there anything you want to say or bring up or something that you've been asked in the past that you think is a good thing to mention to viewers or just in general as a discussion?
I mean, I think another good thing to mention about the show is, I mean, you kind of mentioned like the retail environment, but there's also a lot of brands that they don't work with dealers, they don't work with retailers. So this is kind of like one of the only opportunities, like well, audio shows in general are kind of like one of the only opportunities to hear them. So, there's a
Great.
lot of great brands that are just direct to consumer now, as we're seeing like, a shift in that just across multiple industries. So that's a really cool point. And and also that we have the concerts at night. So if you've been, listening to recorded music all day, you want to give your ears a break. We've got two concerts. They're included with admission with your ticket, and it's just open to all.
Cool. No, that's a great point. That I alluded to not getting the same experience at the
Yeah.
store, but then you really can on top of it because not only you're not in the proper rooms and getting to talk to the people from those companies, but these speakers don't really exist in any normal world outside of this environment unless you know someone that has it.
Yeah.
So I think if anyone is looking to learn more about Expona, this video is a good starting point. I'll be doing coverage, so after the show ends, I will be providing some interview footage, some discussions about some of the gear we saw, close-ups, etc. But I strongly suggest checking out YouTube and other mediums for previous Expona coverage to kind of familiarize yourself with some of the cool stuff there, because I've already seen some really unique speakers. I've been getting some press releases about some new gear coming out and being announced at AXPONA. So if you're just on the cutting edge of audio and you want to see something new that's never been seen or heard before, this is kind of like day zero of some products, which is really exciting. So awesome. Well, I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to meeting you and the team there. I have an assistant who will be with me, and we're going to do some pretty cool close-ups and interviews and chat with you and kind of take a tour of everything.
All right,
So
great. Well, look forward to seeing you at the show.
appreciate it. All right, guys. Well, that wraps up this video. Liz, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us and my viewers today. I really look forward to meeting you in person. And hopefully for some of you watching this, I can see you there as well. So shoot a comment if you think you're going to AXPONA. If you'd like to go, I'd love to coordinate saying hi and getting to know you. And hopefully we can experience some of this cool stuff together. So yeah, thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you at the next video. Take care.
All right, so that wraps up the interview. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. I hope you're as excited as I am on going because this is like the ultimate audiophile dream as far as attending and experiencing go. I will definitely share some experiences with you all. I hope you get to share some and create some of your own if you're able to attend. If so, like I said, I hope I see you there. With that being said, thanks so much again for stopping by and making it to this video. I will see you next time. Bye.